I told you long ago on the road, I got what they waiting for. Don't run from nothing, dog. Get your soul. Just tell them ain't laying low.
Alright, what is up guys, 112 here, and before we get into this review, I just want to take a few minutes to say thank you to each and every one of you, because as you saw, we actually hit 200 subs, which was a goal that I set for myself, a personal goal that I set for myself last year that I wanted to hit before the end of the year. Or the end of 2021, and thanks to you guys and your support, we were able to take that out no problem. So thank you so much, seriously. Without you guys, I wouldn't have the inspiration to sit down and do these reviews and show you guys some of these figures that I personally love to collect, and these different lines that I love to collect. And it's just crazy sitting here thinking that I hit this goal, because about 4 or 5 years ago I never would have thought that I would be doing this as long as I am, and that I would have the little audience that I have now, and even have this really big milestone that was hit. I was just some kid with a Bluetooth speaker and a really shitty camera on my phone, just wanting to review figures and give you guys my opinion on them, and yet here we are now, much more of an upgrade and still doing the same thing. So thank you so much. And at some point we're gonna celebrate this, whether it's a giveaway or a live stream or a video, something. We'll figure something out, and whenever that gets figured out, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, we definitely got to celebrate this because this is a big deal for me. So anyway, with that being said, and getting that out of the way, let's get into this review, the first review of 2022. Okay, so we are going to be taking a look at the Kotobukiya Model Support Goods Nightblade Model Kit. So this is a particular line that Kotobukiya does specifically for the Gunpla fans, since these weapons kits are, well, they're mostly meant for the Gunpla model kits that Bandai and other companies do. However, they also advertise them for the Frame Arms Girls, which is one of their lines of model kits that they sell. They also do the Sosai Soho kits, which I have reviewed one of those on my channel, the Madoka Yuki, and they also sell the Megami device kits, which I have one of those. I haven't put it together yet, but whenever I do get a chance to put that together, I plan on reviewing her as well. And I have one coming in probably about 2 weeks or so. I have one coming in that fits the fantasy aspect, so whenever I get her in and get her put together, I will definitely be doing a review of her. So now that I got that out of the way, There was, well, actually, I did pick up two, model support goods kits before. I did pick up the spear kit, and I also picked up the staff kit. The staff kit that I have is a triangular staff. There is another one that's a little bit more mystical looking, and I plan on getting that one so I could give it to one of my McFarlane Fortnite figures that I think will fit that character very well. So anyway, what I really like about the model support goods kits is that they don't break the bank, and that they are 1/12 scale. Even though they're meant for the gunplay kits, they are 1/12 scale, and they are pretty in scale with a lot of different lines that a lot of you guys might collect, like the Figma figures and the McFarlane Fortnite figures and the Jazzwares Fortnite figures, the Hasbro Fortnite figures. So, you know, any of your fantasy characters, they should be able to hold stuff like this. So that's a plus. And they also don't break the bank as well. The kits are usually about $5 or $6 depending on where you get them and if they're newer kits or older kits. So the one that we're going to be taking a look at though today is the Nightblade Kit. This was a kit that I saw sometime last year, and it didn't come out until the fall of last year, or the end of summer, the beginning of fall of last year. And I actually had two of them pre-ordered. Unfortunately, I had to cancel my order because of lack of funds at that time, and then by the time I got the funds to pay for them, Amazon had sold out of them. Up until a couple of days ago is when they got them back in. So I will be ordering 2 more of them. So if you are interested in getting these kits after you end up seeing this review, check out Amazon. They're only $5.99 prime shipped, so they're about $6. So you know that puts the swords at about $1 something a piece. But I really like them, and they are high quality. I will say that the spear and the staff have held up for me, and as I've been playing around with these swords, they've held up really well too. Even when I cut the sprues off of them, there's been no stress marks or anything like that. They're made of a really strong durable ABS plastic. And yeah, that's pretty much that. But let me show you the packaging real quick in case you haven't seen any of these MSG kits before. So this is what the front of this one looks like. They do come in this little kind of resealable packaging. As you can see, the front here, you can see that there's 2 sprue kits. There's one with most of the swords on them, and then the other 2 have parts for the Buster Sword as well as the Cutlass. And then at the bottom you can see it says Kotobukiya, model support goods. Everything else is in Japanese. And then whenever you flip it over, there's more legalities and everything else is in Japanese, but there's instructions on how to attach the handle of the Buster Sword to the blade, and then it also shows you how to slide that piece onto the Cutlass so that it's a full sword. So I think that's pretty cool that they gave you instructions. Kotobukiya has been really good, at least with me, of including instructions that are very legible to read, and you don't get confused at all whenever you are trying to put together some of these kits. So yeah, with that being said, I'm going to stop rambling and we are going to take a look at the Kotobukiya Model Support Goods Nightblade Kit. Okay, so I just got done cutting off the sprue pieces and shaving off the excess, so all the swords are good to go now. So I'll be showing you each one of those, and I'll be using the Fortnite Victory Series Sky as our guinea pig for these. So as you can see, each one of them come in this, or they come molded in this dark gray plastic. So for you guys that do gunpla and stuff like that, these should be pretty easy for you to paint. All you gotta do is just prime the parts and then wait for it to set, and then hit it with, you know, whatever kind of silver, if you want to go with that, or bronze or brass or whatever color you want to do the swords, and then just put a clear coat over it or a matte coat, and then pretty much good to go. So please don't fall. Right, so let me grab Sky here, since Sky is one of my favorite figures. I haven't sat down and done my top figures for the year yet. I've just been really busy with work and stuff like that, so I apologize. So I think the one, well, now that I've kind of showed you those, let me kind of go here one at a time and show you each one of these swords in my hand. I think we'll go with this one first. So we'll go with this. I might have to use this other hand. Yep, okay. I can like press her hand in a little bit. There we go. So this is what the first sword looks like in your hand. So I am using a new camera to get a new phone, so if you're wondering why the quality is a bit different, that's why. Don't know if it's better or worse, but we'll see. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's pretty nice. Like I said, you know, they're mostly meant for the gunpla kits, but you know, it seems to look good. So I like it. I like the way that it looks. So there's that one. Oh shit, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that I didn't know that this could lock like that and that. That's fucking badass. So that was that sword. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this phone. I haven't really messed with the camera at all on here, but it's kind of cool that you can lock it like that. It's a little fancy, So the next one, we're going to be looking at this broadsword. Oh, there we go. I had to kind of like jam our thumb up against the sword. As you can see, this one's a little bit bigger. If you're wondering what it looks like if she tried to kind of have it sit on her shoulder, that's what that kind of looks like. So if you wanted to go with something like that. But I'm thinking they may work. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know where Val is, because I might try it with her, because her hands might be a little bit different, because I had to super glue her hands a while back whenever I first got her. I had to super glue the shit at her hands. That was the issue with that was probably the only issue with the Jazzwares Fortnite figures, is that their hands, you had to glue them, otherwise Their weapons and show fire. Her faceplate popped off, but anyway, that looks like, I don't know why she's in like a Peter Pan type pose, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It's cool though, because I mean, you know what I mean, I only got the kit for like $12 or something like that, and I like it because if you are aware, the only real alternative to getting, you know, swords and stuff like that, is Mythic Legions, which these swords aren't horrible, but if you're already aware of the Mythic Legion stuff, you already know how expensive this shit is. So I don't own any of the Mythic Legions figures. I own several of the weapons, and I love the weapons, but they just get expensive because people try to screw you over on the secondary market with those. And it's not cool. It's just not cool when they do shit like that. But anyway, that's the second sword. You know what, I might actually use Miss Suzuki here for this one, since I feel like it fits her. Character a little bit more. But yeah, they scale really good with Figma. So if you have any fantasy type of characters and you want to, if you're trying to look for weapons and stuff like that for them, if you have any of the Fate figures or anything like that, you can use these. This is the Cutlass that I was talking about. This is it next to Miss Hazuki here, or Miss Hazuki here is holding it. Again, you can see it's in that gray color. I will end up painting these at some point, but as you can see, it scales really nicely with her. You know, it doesn't look too big, it doesn't look too small, it scales just right with her, and that's what I love about the Kotobukiya stuff, is that the kits themselves aren't super expensive, and so, you know, in terms of the weapons kits, they're not expensive at all. They do all different kinds of stuff. The sword kit that I'm showing you right now, this is the most recent thing that's come out, but they do all different kinds of stuff. They've done staves, they've done spears like this. Let me see if I can show you this back here with my character. I know I have another one because I bought it a while back. I don't know where exactly I put the pieces at, but this right here, this spear, I got from Kotobukiya. It's one of the MSG kits, so I like them because they feel very, you know, fantasy-esque, and that's cool whenever you're doing the whole swords and sorcery thing, because you're not spending a shitload of money on swords and stuff like that for your characters. You know, you're only spending $12 and you get 4 swords. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And when it comes to, you know, the current situation of today, where things are getting, you know, more and more expensive, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool that you have alternatives to, you know, kind of combat that situation. So that's cool, and I really dig the way that looks with her. That's pretty cool, and it looks like it fits her style, because she has a sword very similar to it. It's just a little bit smaller because it's meant to fit with her character. Now we get into my favorite out of the whole kit. The whole kit here, this is my favorite. This is I'm trying to figure out why her arm won't bend. There we go. So I could get this to really fit and sit on her shoulder here. We get the Buster Sword. And I love this. I feel like this is the highlight of the whole kit. To me, this was the main reason why I was even interested in this particular weapons kit, because you get this gigantic fucking Buster Sword. I mean, this thing is ginormous with a figure. I mean, this is fucking awesome. I mean, just look at that shit. That shit looks menacing. You know, that is some Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy-esque type of weaponry going on there, and that's fucking awesome that you get options like this. You know what I mean? The best part is because it's in that color, you can paint it whatever color you want, and you know, there's no limits. So, you know, that's pretty much the kit. You know what I mean? It's 4 swords with the Cutlass. This part here, you just slide over the blade and it just clips into place with friction, so it's not going anywhere, and you can take it on and off if you want to. And then with the Buster Sword here, the hilt or the handle separates from the blade, so if you're planning on painting this thing, or you want to super glue it, you know that you just plug those 2 pieces together and it fits perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much the kit. You know what I mean? It's a pretty simple kit. My final thoughts on it is, you know, it's a cool ass little kit, and it's kind of cool that we have options like this whenever, you know, there really isn't many options, and you get cool characters with corny ass weapons, because you know it happens a lot. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much that. But while I have you still on here, to kind of give you a little kind of teaser of what's to come for the new year. So as you can see, Sky right here, I plan on reviewing Sky and Ollie whenever I get this video up and I get cracking on the my most fun and disappointing figures from last year. Miss Hazuki here, Miss Misuhara Hazuki, is definitely going to get a review for sure. I have a lot to say about her. I'm very impressed with her. Saber 2.0 will be definitely getting a review. I've been picking up a lot of fantasy characters as of recently. It's kind of been one of my things I wanted to focus on a bit this year, and as you can see, these two I want to talk about for sure. What was her name? I believe Lena was her name. Lena or Liza was her name. And then you have the Wind Ranger. These are both Figma figures. They're from Dota 2. And I have a lot to say about those. For some particular reason, she's the cheapest out of these two. Liza, and then the Wind Ranger for some reason goes for like stupid prices, which doesn't make any sense because they're just kind of they were like a one-off type a one-off type of series, which is kind of dumb, but there's that. As I keep mentioning, the Trinity here, the Holy Trinity of Batman figures, will be definitely getting a review. Especially now that I have the Supreme Knight. I've explained time and time again what the issue was, but thank you again to my friend, my good friend, my very good friend. They're awesome. You know what I mean? For getting me freaking, I call him AARP Batman. I call Batman. Mafex Gwen is definitely need a review. I'll probably do a smaller review on the Marvel Legends Miles, the Rebel Tech Bakugo I still need a review. And then these here. Well, the Mezco Wonder Woman I still have to review as well, and there's a couple of McFarlane figures that I need to review, particularly these two, because they actually came in the mail the beginning of the year, the beginning of the month actually, and I did get my Gotham Knights, Nightwing, and Red Hood, so we will be taking a look at them because they're interesting. They are interesting figures. And it's weird because of the fact that you know, I actually don't even remember where I put his other hands. I don't even know if I have his other hands, his pew pew hands, his baby hands that McFarlane gave us. I don't even know if I have those around here or not. I don't know where they went. But anyway, yeah, they're gonna get reviews because I have a lot to say, because a lot of people have been shitting on these figures, particularly the Red Hood and the Nightwing, and I do not agree with the criticism for these figures. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at those, and yeah, that's gonna pretty much be that. So thank you very much for watching this review. Thank you again for the support, the 200 subs, I appreciate it, and expect more videos soon. Action Figure Addict 112 out.